One, two, one, two. What's up, y'all? Yo, y'all know what time it is. Every time I got something on my mind, I'm just going to spit it. You know, uh, I was out and I saw the movie Sinners. You know what I'm saying? Me and my homie, I can't talk on his behalf because he's not right in the mix right now, but we're going to probably get together and rap. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to say his point of view, but I'm going to say my point of view. But with that said, hold on. With that said, I got to put a disclaimer out there. Not a bad disclaimer, but this is part of my observation. You know what I'm saying? Before we start, understand Hollywood. You got to understand Hollywood. Hollywood is two different things for two different folk. It's Hollywood for the people that's considered the early part of America when America was built. It's for that and those folk. Then you got the other folk, i.e. folk like myself, you know, ancestors down south. We was brought over, you know what I'm saying, according to constant history, and you know. Then we got brought up. Then some people were like, I'm trying to get out of here. They shoot up north and they trying to make it work. But they working within crazy systematic madness. But we prevail and we make it happen and we try to do our thing. So understand Hollywood from that perspective. And if you look at The Birth of a Nation, that film was against the African American dream, the pursuit of greatness, the pursuit of being a human being, being civil toward us. You understand me? You understand me? So if you get Hollywood from that perspective, they're trying to have a point of idealistic view, if you will, if you really dig where I'm dropping the science, as we say in hip hop. Boy be dropping the science, you know what I mean? Boy be on his John. So you understand me. So Hollywood is trying to project a certain thing still. It's just they have ways of doing it. And if you want to be a part of Hollywood, you have to follow within that pursuit of presenting your image and your idea and your playwright. Because when you write a film, you got to have something to go by, so they call it a playwright. So the screenwriters. So you present your film to that, and then you go, hey, this is my idea. I want y'all to produce it. And then, you know, all the big wigs, Warner Brothers and Fox and Century Fox and all these big folks, you know, they say, hey, okay, we're going to do that. We like that, but let us do this to it. And we're going to switch it and do our thing. And then we'll present it to y'all folk because we know you have an audience now. Even though we had an audience when Oscar Michelle and Photo Play and all them black businesses were doing their films in, you know, 1918, 1919, 1920, 21, 22, and they was already getting it in, you know, getting their films done, doing it as quick as they can because we was under stress and had to do movies in 24 hours. So understand that. That's my super long disclaimer, right? So understand that first. So now that you got that understood, that's how I view movies. I view movies with the fact that, all right, we can do this and we can make it happen, but you ain't going to really let us do our thing because you're going to chop it up and you're going to, right? I know this is a long intro, but I got to make you understand that particular point of how Hollywood views its audience and when they present stuff to you. Now, that's my point of view. I had to stress that. My point of view. That's the way I know things to happen in Hollywood. However, when you get in that world, you're saying to yourself, all right, I know that's how they think. All right, let me make a film within those guidelines. I'm gonna follow the rules. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna be a part of the team, as you will. I'm gonna play ball the way y'all see. So you got that. So now let's get to the movie. Sinners. I watch Sinners. I go to the movies. I see Sinners, and to me, right away, I go, this joint dope. Do I see areas of improvement? Oh, yes, I do. But overall, as I was watching it, I said, okay, I see what this brother trying to do. This brother, he trying to come at all the systematic madness that was trying to take us under. And he's using the old-fashioned storyline to do it. He's using the old-fashioned meet the devil at the crossroads, sell your soul, that type of concept, right? But also he used another theme within the film culture. It's an oldie but goodie. People like it. I like it. I'm not a horror flick type dude, but you know, I like Get Out and I like Us and all that goofy stuff. Not goofy, because I gotta remember I gotta use that. So I like those films. I love those films. But see, you can't really, I'm a different type of black dude. I'm not your typical top 40, I accept black dude. I like weird black films. Like I like all the goofy black exploitation films. I know I could chop it up. I did papers on it where I could show all the effects that it had on Hollywood audience, and I could show all the bad things within the movies that they still continue to perpetuate while they showing us these films. But I like them. Hey, I like Bout It. You know what I'm saying? I like Choices, which was done in honor of 3-6 Mafia. I liked all them hip hop films and all them. I like the good ones. I like Murder Music, and I liked all the good ones. I like Daughters of the Dust. See how my film game is so different. You understand me, right? So let's get back to Sinners. I'm looking at it and I'm going, ooh, he coming from the north, made his mark there, jacked a whole bunch of major cats that was doing it big in Chicago on some dumb folks, jacked their money, came down south, was like, listen, I'm already dealing with them up there. I might as well come back where I come from. He come back down south. I'm just giving you general. I ain't going to give you details because some of y'all might want to see it. And he said, I'm going to make it happen. He going to make it happen. He going to find his boy that he think is banging on that strumming that blues singing guitar, and he going to give it to you. And he going to go and promote him. And him and his brother, they gangstered up. You know what I mean? But they take their money and they going to do something good with it. You know what I'm saying? They going to make it happen. They going to go and face their own devils, right? That they dealing with down south. Jim Crow laws, all crazy. No, it ain't no Jim Crow laws. They doing what they want. Well, yeah, it's Jim Crow laws. It is. They doing what they want. You fall in line or else. Afro-American. You get it? So I'm looking at it from that point. And I'm going, ooh, he coming down here. He go buy a place from one of those boys, the old good boys, the good boys, the good old boys, right? Dukes of Hazzard, you know what I mean? It's the good old boys. Never meaning no harm. So he go do business with the Boss Hogs. So he does business, grip up his spot, get his 40 acres in a spot. He go get his spot, you know what I mean? He gonna make it happen. He gonna do what we known for doing. We busting the music, and I gotta find a golden child. He gets his golden child, boom. He attacks the system. Listen, I need you, you, and you. And I gotta buy it from the good old boys. He buys it from the good old boys, but he makes it a fact like, play with me here, and I'm gonna go Nat Turn on you. He establishing that. Boom. There's so many levels to this film. I looked at it like when he came from Chicago, robbed them boys, the good old boys from Chicago that was gangstered up, robbed them boys, took their money, came down south. I looked at it like he getting back. This is my observation. I'm like, look, ooh, okay, he did a little Emmett Till-ish, but this is the revenge of Emmett Till. That's just that portion. I'm not saying that's what happened, because some of these film buffs, they really know the keys of what's going on. But I also said, okay, he getting it in. He doing the Elijah Muhammad. Look, I was in the gut. I was down here in the field, sharecropping and getting busy. I'm going to go up north, drop my jewels up there, and then I'm going to come back here, and then I'm going to buy up. We're going to get the stores. We're going to get all the product, and we're going to resell it to our people and get our people back on track. And we're going to tell them, hey, the message to the black man, the message to the black folks, and we're going to get ourselves right. That I was looking at it from that angle. Then I looked at it also, now I'm skipping around, I also said, ooh, he bringing the minorities together. We did business with them prior, so we still want to do business, but this time we going to make it work. So they showing the entrepreneurial side. They showing their Reginald Lewis side. They showing their Elijah Muhammad, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, starting his own business, do for self. They showing that type of time. Then let's move up. Now I'm skipping around and I'm kind of giving y'all a choppy version because I don't want to give up if you ain't see it. I'm not really going to tell you the details. So then he goes, okay, I'm in this music thing. I got my golden child. My boy going to make us money. We going to have our events here. We're going to have our events here and we're going to do our own thing. And nobody is allowed in our world. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? We on some green book. This is for us, right? You know what I mean? FUBU. For us, by us type thing. But we ain't letting them boys in. But the boys is on a mission because they going to infiltrate and they like, we going to get what we need. We like what y'all do because y'all got the golden boy with the guitar and he bad and we want to be like him and we want to take y'all stuff. Then boom, let's go into the music business. That's the music game. Jazz players got their stuff stolen. Yeah, you go sing and you go make it happen and we going to come in and show you how to do it and we want you on our side, right? But my man, him and his brother wasn't having it, right? So you think. So I like the idea that they had them good old boys trying to take the soul out of the Afro-Americans. That's another thing I like. I'm like, oh, okay, he's showing they trying to take the soul. And they're going to do it by any means necessary, but they're not going to let it happen by any means necessary. There go my comparison with the Nation of Islam. Then you go to Malcolm, you know what I mean? But I still use the blueprint of the Nation of Islam. Malcolm was just one person within that he had a voice and he could make it work, good. That's what Honorable Elijah Muhammad saw. Now, I'm not getting into all the details of that, but I'm just saying this is how my brain is working as I'm watching Sinners. So you got the good old boys going, we going to drown you for your soul. We want that boy and we want what y'all got. Just come to our side and play our game, i.e. This on some vampire, suck your soul out. We want everything you got because y'all so creative. Y'all so know the game. You know what time it is. We want to be down. But if we can't get down with you, we going to force you to get down with us so we can get what we need from you. And we going to force it. Get down or lay down on some mafio, black mafio Philly type stuff, JBM type stuff, right? But the brothers are saying, nah, you're going to have to take ours, and if you try to take it, we're going to get you. So I like that. Now you talking about we on some Black Panthers, we going to bear arms if we have to, and we going to slaughter you if we have to. But we come on our spiritual side. So you got spiritual shorty. She like, I'm going to be on my spiritual. We going to save our golden boy, and we going to save what we love. And you ain't going to keep taking generations of our music. They show hip hop, they show jazz, they show African dance, they show all these different levels. So I'm like, okay, they on their, you know what I mean, 10 toes down type thing, right? They ain't going to let it happen. I like that. One boy's on some like, well, wait a minute, let's think about this. These boys is offering us a deal. That's because he got sucked in and they forced him on their side, and they was doing a lot of that. Forcing them boys, forcing some of the people that looked like sellouts, but they saw that, hey, we got tricked into being on their side, and now they down, and they fell for it, and they went out and they fell for it. They didn't do it by means of just accepting. They got forced into the game, and that's what the good old boys do. They force you to be down with them, i.e., the vampire suck your blood, and we gonna grip you up, right? So that's how my brain was watching Sinners. I was watching them, so then boom, they coming with the they knocking them down. I said, okay, he on his Bobby Hutton. You know, who cares, won't care. Cleveland Brown, we gonna shoot you down. We gonna bear arms. We got the heat. It's nothing. We fighting y'all back. Nat Turner style. We don't care. Then at the total one part where the good old boys act, the other good old boys, because it's two good old boys. You got the spiritual evil doers, the devils coming at you. Then you got the hell on earth good old boys from down south coming. They decided to come. Buck them down. On some Nat Turner. Come if you want. So that's it in a nutshell of how I viewed it. And I said, good job. Now, the details, you're going to have to wait because me and my homie going to chop it up and we're going to go into the detail. Now, he's going to tell you his point of view, and I'm not going to give his point of view, but he's going to come with his point of view. But we got two different point of views. So, Sinners, for me, was a win. You know what I mean? 5 fingers, 10 fingers of dopeness up in the air. Like, I like that joint. You know what I mean? I see what the boy saying. Now, he had to do what he had to do because I'm pretty sure Hollywood chopped it up. Well, we're not going to put that in there. We're not going to put that. We're going to take that out, put that in. We're going to make it acceptable for our audience. So he did some things that I would have been like, I would have did this, I would have did that. But I got the whole concept of where he was coming from. Sinners, I think people should go check it out and then give your own version of what you think. You know what I'm saying? I'm just chopping it and trying to not give it all up, but I'm giving you how my brain operates. Because now remember, I like all kinds of films. I like so many different styles of films. So I'm not your typical top 40 Afro-American. I view stuff differently. Also, remember, Hollywood wants the buck Negro, the thug Negro, the Negro that's not for the women, black women, or any other woman. They want the Negro that's going to help out and be the winner for others. They want the Negro that doesn't challenge the system. They want the clown Negro. They want the shuffling Negro. Now they got this new thing where they want the Negro, okay, you ain't got to be shuffling, and you don't have to be the you could be for your women, but you're not going to do much. You're going to be kind of weak. So this is what we're dealing with when it comes to Hollywood. So you got to understand that's what they're looking for when they're chopping up these films. So if you're a film person and you want to go to Hollywood and you want them to finance your films, know that you got to follow a certain format. Even if it's on a righteous path, you have to kind of, yeah, we'll let you be righteous. See, that lets you. So that tells you really got to do your own thing and do it the way you see fit. Peace, y'all. That's the sinner's vague observation from me. God bless. Peace.